Hi there guys, so as I mentioned in some of those first videos I did, there was going to be some circumstances I was going to be discussing where I felt people really abused power. This came to me because there was stuff the other night that I was dealing with. Two individuals, I might make separate videos. One lives in Victoria, BC, downtown. Currently works in real estate. I think it's commercial. Used to work out in Sooke, British Columbia. Used to work in real estate out there. Both of them. The second one still lives in Sooke. Also used to work in real estate. Used to do coding. Still does coding. First one's name rhymes with a state, or is a state. Rhymes with Ucky. Second one rhymes with release. One's in their 40s, about over 6 foot. Loves bulletproof coffee. Commonly wearing a leather strap, moldavite ring. I'm gonna get right into it because I don't feel like people like this deserve anything but to be seen for who they are. So one is a complete narcissist. When I did that video there, absolutely complete narcissist. The other one has psychopathic tendencies. Both were pretty much people pretending to be people. It's unfortunate that there's people out there that are doing some of the stuff that they're doing, but I feel like I want to be open about some of the stuff that people are trying to pull. So, trying to pull stuff with satanic stuff, with black magic, with witchcraft, abusing, merging. So when I was doing my coaching business, the one girl, she actually tried to merge with my throat when I was literally going to do a video. And I literally heard, "What do you know about," trying to channel my throat about marriage when I was trying to help like a married couple. Uh, like that, tip of the iceberg. The other night, she tried to do the same thing and tried to call on something satanic. Quite literally, that's happened. I literally had this same person, even when I'd be trying to do videos, even right now, try to do projections quickly at my face. I had it when I went out on a date over 8-10 months ago, that she was trying to open up windows, psychic windows, and like flash her face at me and do stuff like that. I had them try and mess with dreams. I had them try and meet up with me on the astral plane and threaten my. Like seriously, this is some of the crap. Oh yeah, the tantra stuff. That's always great when trying to wrap her kundalini energy, and tether it with mine, mess with mine, and try and stimulate you sexually, and then flash either her face or maybe a man's face or something else you really don't want to be seeing. That's behavior that has gone on. Let's see what else. When I first met that guy, just actually, I met him at the housing project out in Sooke that he used to work at, and then it was probably second time I met the guy. It was at a health show, and I tell you right now, it was the whole going on about mocking Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, trying to chop them down, going on about how he could take from people. Let's see, about how he would sleep with women off of Tinder, and then they would wake up to who he was lying about being, and then they would leave. It would be, oh yeah, it just goes on and on. When I'm standing back listening to this, and I'm kind of like, okay, he's straight up, without me even tuning into his energy, I'm reading him. I'm like, I'm seeing him clear as day. And you know when you get a vibe about somebody that you're just like, wow, something. And it's somebody, a family member. That's the only reason I had met this person. And I'm standing there like, what are you doing with this person? Like, do you not see something is very wrong here? And then nobody would know who the guy really was. He would wear lots of masks, jump around. I guess at his workplace, he was literally going to be fired, so he got out of there. He was known as pretty much one of the laziest people there. just would pretty much try and be the trickster, try and be almost like the, yeah, just completely full of shit. And this is one of the people when I talked about that abuse of power with astral projection. Oh yeah, like straight up was trying to between the two of them. Like I'm telling you, I seriously had time um, where these two were trying to do stuff when I was literally at. I went to the hospital. I had 3 days. I did not sleep. These three were trying to pull stuff. I had them literally astral projected. There was pictures of my sister telling me I didn't love my sister, trying to get me to go towards dark shit, trying to like you name it. Some of the stuff that they were trying to pull. And then I literally woke up in the middle of the night and she was trying to put a parasite on me, was trying to call on ancestors to attack me on the astral. I met a shaman. I met up with a shaman. I could barely keep the car on the road because of the attacks that I went through. I literally was having my eyes fluttering. I had practically a tic for a while there where my head was kind of jerking to the side. And I was pretty much muttering to myself. I'm not even exaggerating when I said this. These are two parasites that pretty much I want the people to see and know this is who these people are. So the other one, I'll go right into it. I really don't care at this point. I don't. These people don't deserve anything but to be seen for who they are. They really don't. So the one guy was, I guess, bullied by his dad. So at that health show, he went on about he bullshitted about how he used to run a haunted house, took part in this, and pretty much used to get paid to scare the shit out of people. And I was staying there like, this guy's so full of shit. And then since then, recognizing that he literally, first of all, he was one of the people, like he tried to stimulate me sexually with energy. Gotta love that. So what does that say with what's going on with that guy? And then going on about being the ladies' man, so gotta love that one. Quite literally, just, oh my god. Like the people like this exist. It's almost laughable. So yeah, the second one's still out there in Sooke. Lied to friends, got a light worker who's out in Ontario to try and do binds on my leg. So then there was 3 people going through this stuff. I had light workers that were talking to me, and they gave me a hand with some of this stuff. And I'm going, like, just above and beyond. They were looking up ways on the internet how to hurt people, how to mess with chakras, stuff to call on, ancestral abuse. Like, seriously, I mean, if you saw what I came back from, your jaw would drop. And this was what my 2000 and like a year and a half easily, okay? I ended up having to take a shitty job, literally, to pull myself back together, where I was having PTSD-like symptoms, my eyes were fluttering, my head was kind of doing one of these at times, and then get this, get this. Then I end up having even the boss there at one point try and bully me when I'm in that state, sliding his hand up and down the keyboard, trying to push and intimidate me because I wasn't willing to take a pretty much pitiful pay raise for way more stress, because at the time I was going through my own stuff, and literally that was happening. Oh yeah, and while I was in that work environment, they were trying to remote view me. They were trying to stand there and intimidate and send stuff to the store. So I would be having people do prayers for me. I would be doing protection. I'd be doing all this sort of stuff. And that is the stuff that was going on. Literally, this is the stuff that was happening. And meanwhile, this is going, I'm clearing ancestral stuff through my body, stuff that wasn't even mine, stuff that I had helped people with before, and clearing and doing stuff to heal my ass off. And I had these 2 assholes out there trying to literally directly push shit at me. And I was serious, like, waking up feeling like I got raped because someone was trying to push their sexual abuse trauma on me. Like waking up almost shaking, like pretty much in the bathtub feeling like you're going to bawl your eyes out. This is stuff that was happening. I had to literally use medicinal mushrooms, sit there and bawl my friggin' eyes out, literally for weeks to clear the trauma that was happening because of these people. Like, I can't even tell you how low they are. They showed me exactly who they are. So when I say the thing about trust your intuition, trust it so strongly. When you tell you like something is so off, like I'm disgusted. I even met people, like some of the stuff that I went through in the past year and a half, they were trying to push severity at me while I was in that state, having PTSD-like symptoms. My head was jerking to the friggin' side. I was working at this bullshit job. And then they were trying to influence so that when people were coming up, I was literally feeling that severity pretty much for over it. I felt like I almost got bullied for, I don't know, probably a year and a half is what it tried to feel like. And I don't think I remember any mercy in that one. So I am freely going to discuss the stuff that happened. And I will be as descriptive as I feel I can legally be. So, I mean, the only reason I even met the one person is out of the goodness of my heart, I did hours of energy work for free because this person couldn't connect with their kid because of apparently postpartum issues. Then I find out there's so much more to that. The person was molested by her dad, into the hardcore BDSM stuff, into like really enjoying pain and that disgusting suspension hook stuff with the back, wants to do things like that. Was trying to, oh my god, trying to make her ex's eyes burn with energy, attack people like that. Like, this is the sick stuff. I saw it firsthand. Literally, like, and then put on a complete heavy mask and pretend to be somebody different. Like, looking at land where there's these two really genuine nice hippies and wanting to sell the land, and she's there trying to literally pretend and be the fakest person imaginable. You wanted to throw up just so she could try and like pretty much take land. And they're takers. They're absolute takers. And both of them were going to get canned from that job out there. And that's the thing. Like, they pretended to be, this is what I found incredible. Like, a family member of mine that had met them before, and I'm like, why are we building up people these molehills into mountains? Like, they are not, these are people that need to be seen because because they're all shadow. There's nothing there. There's no substance. It's literally just a facade, the whole friggin' thing. And it's so disgusting. It really is. I mean, I'm telling you right now, like, I'm doing this channel to help people, but this is so therapeutic to be able to talk about this stuff. Like, I started going to church and thank God the pastor is phenomenal. Everything I started to discuss about astral and all the astral plane and all these sort of things, he knew. He knew right away. He knew I wasn't bullshitting, and then he was able to pick up on stuff. And then other energy workers or shamans or stuff, they're like, oh yeah, you were feeling this, and this. And I was like, yeah, this happened. Everyone's going on confirming everything. And I was like, yeah, this wasn't like, Corey had something happen with his mental health. It was, no, as I called it from the beginning of like, this was 100% spiritual stuff. And I mean, I've learned my ass off because of this stuff, of what people can try and pull. And I do feel like I need to discuss this stuff. That, I mean, people going to downtown Victoria trying to talk to people, they do witchcraft on people in binds. And like, that girl, she tried to, literally, the people she tried to involve, she told them like the tiniest little bit of things of trying to bullshit and saying I was trying to pull stuff. Meanwhile, the amount of stuff that happened over here, I can't even begin to tell you. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I said I could write a book. So the other one is around 5'6". She's, graying, but she's got dyed red hair. In her 30s, I'd say moderately overweight. She, that might have changed now. But Release is the name. It rhymes with, her husband's out there too, so she's married. Still in Sooke, knows body talk, helio soul, tantra, a little bit of yoga. But the main thing was trying to have a couple people jump in and then manipulate and abuse. And pretty much the state that I was in at the time, if I'm honest, when I was doing my coaching business, I started to feel depressed. I think is what it was. I started to feel down, and I was getting very stressed. So when these attacks started, I was already feeling really, how I was feeling was, yeah. And then being in that state, and then having that stuff starting to happen and go at you, like literally they're trying to mess with my heart, my empathy. They were directly trying to do stuff with that to try and have you in a, tried to cause self-abuse stuff, tried to throw their issues onto me to process. What else? Both were directly trying to use a lot of sexual abuse stuff with energy. This is directly the person who told me about different stuff with Tantra and then talked about how there is black Tantra and then proceeds to try and pull shit with stuff like that. What else? It just, I seriously, like, I was having them try and spy on me when I was in the shower with astral projection or remote viewing stuff. Directly really trying to manipulate sexually. The two of them were trying to do that. And I mean, just really dark shit. Trying to, like, I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. Someone trying to merge with your throat chakra, you're psychically hearing them, and then them trying to call on something dark and trying to mess with you like that. And I mean, I'm not even exaggerating, like, try to do stuff with, like, merge with family members, like, straight up seeing them like a family member, and then you see the person trying to merge with them energetically and doing stuff to try and intimidate you with energy. And I'm just telling you right now, I'm not intimidated. And when people are bullies like this, I'm going to have to discuss that on the channel. They're showing you how weak they are. And when they would go and do something like this, I mean, do you know how many years I spent helping people after learning energy and healing people? Like, quite a bit. I had YouTube channels where I had hundreds of videos on self-healing. Like, I'm telling you, I've helped quite a few people with this sort of stuff. So, it was just like learning shadow. Maybe that's what a bunch of it was, but seen. Certain people talk about darkness just needs to be seen. When you see darkness, maybe you're the light. That's all it is. They just need to be seen for who they are. And that's, I guess, what it is that I find it really despicable that there's people like that out there that would behave that way, that are so clearly so dark at the stuff they're carrying with them. And I would be literally like, I'm not even exaggerating, this person does the coding, she would be trying to, she was into what she called mind mapping, into what she was trying to make up energetic blueprints and throw them on me. I'm serious. It's like who takes the time to think about, let's think of all the ways I can hurt somebody with energy. And meanwhile, I was like, that's funny, I spent years learning how to help people with energy. Like, literally was trying to use body talk, but then flip it around to hurt people. And then you've got this other guy who used to study people, and while astral projected, was trying to do stuff about, like, oh my god, I can't even describe it. I literally said it in the video about the astral projection. The two of them literally were trying to get me to hurt myself, okay? After 3 days of not sleeping much at all, they were trying to literally terrify the shit out of me, is pretty much it. So let me just tell you this. When I went to the hospital, okay? When I was in the hospital, it's not like they laid up with some of this crap either. Literally, there was like dark magic shit going on. There was all this stuff going on. And literally, that pastor I met, like, bless his heart, came in and visited me, and he knew right away. He knew right away. We were talking, hit it off, like I had met him before that. And I tell you, like, the first time I met him when I was going through this was phenomenal. So maybe this is the reason I needed to just discuss this and just put his hand on my shoulder. And he said, "Do you mind if I put my hand on your shoulder?" And I said, like, do a prayer. I said, "Go ahead." And it was just like launched through me. Phenomenal, just like energy launched through me. I'm going, oh my God, this is phenomenal. And I did learn things about doing different prayers and prayers with Jesus and different new energy techniques and stuff, and had huge heart openings from that. But this is what's messed up. There has been a ton of healing in my own family and different relationship healing and all this stuff going on. But I'm telling you, like, there was seen. I think that's it. I want people to know this is some of the stuff that went on. This is some of the stuff that went on. Like, literally having somebody trying to get a light worker who rhymes with Rinsey, lives in Ontario, I think it's Woodstock or London, works in Reiki, and literally trying to get someone like that to bind my leg while there's two other people trying to go at you with energy, and then trying to learn astral plane techniques to try and mess with you with projections, astral projection. I tried to learn astral travel stuff, was trying to mess with you with psychic threats, telepathic abuse, stuff that was satanic, stuff that was like literally all this sort of stuff. I'm serious. Like, I'm not giving these people power, because really, if they're doing stuff like this, they don't have a lot of power. Anyone who's pushing fear, they don't. They really don't. It just, like, what do you even say to stuff like that when you've met people like that in physical and they show you who they were? That's, I guess, what it was. Of just like, wow. Like, you can read energy, you can read the body language, you can literally know, but people's actions will tell you quite a bit about who they are. So, I mean, oh my God. It's, yeah, I guess it's, I don't even know. I don't even know. Yeah, I met some pretty incredible people in the past year and a half. Very kind, loving people that were definitely there to help. So I will say that. You've always got that. But, oh yeah, like, I don't even want to look at Vancouver Island at this point with stuff like that, because of some of the experiences I've had. And I mean, I don't know what else more there is to say on that. I mean, I could still go on, but like, literally, I don't know how many people I've had confirm, yeah, Corey, this is the stuff I'm picking up on. And then the stuff that I read in the Kosh, which they proceeded to try and clear different things. But, yeah, I mean, between the two of them, I don't even know if they're a whole person. And the empathy is nil. It's just, who treats somebody like that? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't know how many comments I get on this. I know I was venting quite a bit, and I know it's probably got pretty, yeah, yeah, deep in there. But I needed to talk about it. I needed to be honest about certain things that happened. And I do preach love and light and walking in that light, but there is shadow out there, absolutely, and I do feel people deserve to hear what certain people were up to or capable of. I don't intend on this being a channel of just calling everyone out. No, I honestly, this will probably be the last video. I don't want to pay any more attention to people like this, I really don't, but this is sort of stuff that kind of happened, and for what I went through, I deserve to be able to talk about it quite a bit. If somebody didn't want it talked about, you shouldn't treat me the way you did. That's the way it is. So, comments, questions down below. Thank you for watching. All right. Take care.